Tracy Hudson's asking, can't the federal government ban kratom from the market so big pharma can develop drugs with it?
Well,
Well,
yes, if they had a scientific basis to do it. And we saw if what happened in 2016 and then repeated in 18, had they been successful, they would, by banning kratom, that would have opened the floodgates for new drug application research on kratom, no question, because kratom works, because kratom helps people, because it has a therapeutic benefit for those that use it. Not that you can market it that way as a dietary supplement or a botanical supplement, but consumers can use it for that purpose. So obviously there'd be a market for it. Right now, we're just sort of stuck in this. We are a botanical supplement. We believe, but for the DSHEA Act and the Dietary Supplement Health and Education Act, which allows for the FDA career staff to define kratom as an unapproved dietary ingredient or dietary supplement, and therefore can call any products that are on the market today, because they are not approved as those things, as a adulterated product. Okay, that's a very interesting position, because what the law actually says is that you can, as a kratom manufacturer, submit to the FDA a new dietary ingredient notification, an NDIN. And when you do that, it's a 75-day process. Now, that can be elongated if there's objection letters that are filed, which typically occur, that there's a reasonable back and forth. So the bottom line that you have with that situation with an NDIN is you amass the information that you believe justifies the safety of your product to be on the market, and it's euphemistically called the IT. So you define what your product is. You define it specifically. You say, this is my product formulation. This is what the contents are, and you submit it with and usually it's a couple $1 million to develop a good package because you have to have some scientific data behind it, which includes some testing and clinical work. Then the FDA has 75 days to raise an objection, and then there's a discussion between the applicant and the FDA. And at the end of that 75 days, the applicant has the absolute right to go onto the market. Okay, the FDA does not approve it. The FDA does not deny it. It simply raises their objections. Then, if you are the manufacturer and you've gone through that 75-day process, you can go on the market, and the FDA, it is their burden. If they believe that that product is unsafe, it's their burden to take it off the market.